This woman's intelligence had stayed at the level of an 8-year-old. However, her wealthy husband did not despise her in the slightest. Even when the tycoon learned that his company had fallen into a financial crisis, he still ignored the company and resolutely stayed by his wife's side, because she radiated such a simple and pure aura. However, when the man's stepmother found out, she was furious. In order to undermine the man's position in the family, the stepmother planned to embarrass him. But the woman innocently said that the man's stepmother must be a bad person. This made the stepmother think that the woman was insulting her, so she stormed out in anger. The man, however, felt that this innocent woman must surely bring him good luck. But the stepmother clearly would not let the woman off. Sure enough, when the woman was home alone, the man's stepmother secretly took her away to get revenge on him. She wanted to humiliate the man in the banquet hall. Everyone mocked the wealthy man for marrying a foolish woman. What was worse, a maid threw a bone in front of the woman. But the next second, the woman picked up the bone and handed it to the stepmother. Before the stepmother had time to get angry, the woman directly sat on her. At that moment, the man arrived and saw everything. He was very happy at his wife's cleverness. However, the stepmother accused the woman of almost ruining the banquet. But the man argued back against his stepmother, saying that as long as his wife was happy, it didn't matter if the banquet was ruined. Hearing this, the woman was deeply moved by her husband. But this only made the stepmother even angrier. She secretly went to the dressing room to find the woman, venting her anger over the humiliation she had just suffered in front of everyone. But in their quarrel, the woman accidentally fainted. The stepmother quickly had the maid carry her back to the banquet hall. Just then, the woman's former fiancé noticed her. After checking, he realized that the woman was his long-lost fiancé. When the woman suddenly opened her eyes, she also regained her memory. It turned out that she had lost her memory because of her ex-fiancé's scheme, which had caused her to wander the streets not long ago. Fortunately, she had met her current husband who loved her deeply. This time she decided to completely take revenge on her heartless ex-fiancé. She publicly revealed the ex-fiancé's malicious deeds. When everyone believed what she said, the ex-fiancé immediately argued that the woman was a fool, and that her words could not be trusted. What was worse, the ex-fiancé ordered the bodyguards to throw her out immediately. But just then, the woman's wealthy husband arrived in time. Looking at the man who was both familiar and strange, the woman didn't know how to face her husband. She didn't know whether she should reveal her true identity to him. But the tycoon warned the ex-fiancé, ordering him never to bother his wife again. The next second, the man changed his fierce attitude and gently comforted his wife. Then he carried her out of the banquet hall in front of everyone.